Okay, this video is by request from a Facebook user on my Think, Learn, Earn Facebook page, which is simply facebook.com/think, earn, learn. Okay, he had a question about the pen tool and it was driving him nuts here. So I'm going to demystify the pen tool for you, make it very, very simple. I've been using the pen tool since 1987, 25 years, so I think I can handle this one, no problem. Now, the way I start out any document is with the rulers. So rulers, and I'm going to put guides. Now, I'm going to put a guide in the center of my page so I have something to draw from. So, make a change, save a change. Now, if you looked at my videos before, I always start out my document by hitting the A tool. A selects the direct selection tool. Therefore, if I hit the P for pen tool and I create a path and I want to select the path, you'll never see me going back up here to the A tool again. I can simply hold down the Command key, Macintosh, Control key, Windows. That's going to select the path. Now, very important step here. By default, my guides are not locked. This is going to drive you insane, so I need to select the guides, go to View, go to Guides, and lock my guides. By default, when you start an Illustrator project, your guides are not locked. Incidentally, if you want to see the guides better, you can go to your Preferences menu, go to Guides and Grid, and change that to a different color. I'm going to make mine blue, dark blue, so I can see my guides better. Make a change, save a change. Now, let's dig deep to the pen tool. The pen tool is the most powerful tool in the whole entire Illustrator arsenal, and also a powerful tool for programs like Flash and Photoshop. The pen tool is a drawing tool because only two shapes in the entire world. There's curves and there's straight lines. Well, guess what? The pen tool creates curves and straight lines perfectly. Now, we can use the pen tool in combination with other tools. As an example, if I go to my oval tool, which is the letter L, I can select an oval. So I'm going to directly select, hold on the Command key, directly select this part of my oval tool and hit the Delete key. Now, with my P for pen tool, I can continue the path. So I can select this anchor point and I can come down here. And I can come over here and create a different shape, a different object with my pen tool. So the pen tool simply plots points. So as an example, you click a point, click another point, it's going to create a straight line. If I click a point, straight line, click a point, straight line. However, if I click a point, hold, and drag, it creates a Bezier curve after some French guy. So if I hold out the Shift key, I can constrain the curve to a 45 or 90-degree angle. Now, once the path is created, if I click down here, it's going to create a curve. This is 5th grade geometry. This is my trajectory. This is my tangent line right here. So if I click right here, it's going to curve the path because that's the last path I created. The last path I created was a curved path. So what does that mean? I could hold out my Command key, Macintosh, Control key, Windows, and I can change the direction of this path. I can change the right side direction of the path. I can change the left side direction of the path. Simply by selecting the anchor point, I can come over here, hold on the Command key, and change this side. Okay, so if I now come over here and click by selecting this anchor point and clicking, it's going to create a straight line, straight line, straight line. Now, if you want a constrained straight line, hold down the Shift key. The Shift key makes increments of 45 or 90 degrees, whatever you're closest to, by holding down the Shift key. Okay, now, if I click and hold, I'm going to create a curve, a Bezier curve. If I click here, it's going to create a curve again. Now, let's say you don't want to create a curve. So the next path, you want to make a straight line path. The simple technique I can use, I can turn the path off by clicking right here. this is going to turn the path off. So therefore I can just click, 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 click. Now, once these, click from here and click. Wait, what's happening? Click, click, and click. Okay, so there's my closed path. Now, so very important step here. The path tool is not something you draw with like a pen tool, like a pencil tool. As an example, if I hit the N key, that's going to create a pencil path. The pencil path works like the brush tool. You physically draw with it, drag your mouse. That's not how the pen tool works. Now, I can get the pen tool to do a couple of different things using different techniques. So, what do you think is the hardest shape to create with the pen tool? The answer, a perfect curve, a curve that doesn't have flat spots in it. So I'm going to share with you a very powerful technique. I'm going to go to my rectangle tool, which is the letter M. I'm going to create a rectangle from the center by holding down the Option key. Creates it from the center. Windows, it's the Alt key. Now, I'm just doing this to give myself a top and bottom guide because I drew from the center. So I can put a guide here, and I'm going to put a guide here. Now, the purpose of this guide, I don't need this box anymore, so I'm going to hit the delete key. Now, the purpose of this guide, I'm going to zoom in here for a second. Space bar, grab the page, move the page. Space bar, grab the page, move the page. Space bar, Macintosh, outer space bar for Windows. Outer space, Windows. Just kidding, guys. I'm Mac-centric. I use Mac. Space bar, Macintosh. Space bar, Windows. But Windows is outer space. Just a joke there. Okay, so P for pen tool. Now, here's a different way we can use the pen tool. Say I want to create a series of arches here. This is the oldest trick in the book here. What I'm going to do, pay close attention to this technique. I'm going to click and hold. I'm not going to click and let go. I'm going to click and hold down the Shift key to constrain this. Now, part of the reason I put guides there, so I can see how high my guide is. Exactly how high this guide, this direction point is exactly how big this direction point is going to be. Okay, so now when I click and hold and drag to that same spot, holding down my Shift key, I'll create a perfect curve. So I can click here, click, hold, drag, creates a perfect curve. The curve is going to be the same symmetry because I'm using my guides here to assist me for how high and how low I go. Now, if this helps you, I don't like this technique because I don't like to see the grid. But if it helps you to see a grid here, I'm going to delete this for a second. I'm going to hide my guides. Command, semicolon, hides guides. Control, semicolon, Windows. Command, semicolon, hides, shows guides. Control, semicolon, hides, shows guides. So I'm going to go to View, and I'm going to say Show Grid. Now, I never like to look at the grid because it just hurts my brain. But now that I have a grid, I have different squares, and you can go to your preferences. Under Preferences, you can change the size of your grid. But again, I just want to share with you a technique. So I can click, hold, drag my pen tool to top and bottom here. Now I want the same size curve across the page. So I can click, hold, drag my pen tool to get that same size. Then I click, hold, Shift key, drag my pen tool to get that same size. Okay, so this curve I'm dragging down, this curve I'm dragging up. So to create this curve, click with my Shift key held down, drag down. So again, you just want to have this tangent line be the same height consistently. The grid helps me see this. So I can click, hold, drag to create the pen tool. So this is a very different technique than clicking, 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 clicking with your pen tool. But watch what I can do with this shape. I can take this object, select the object, anything about an object. If you looked at my previous videos, it's under the object menu.